Mark Allen, and we are live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And we're going to make a I'm blowing it again. A frittata, frittata, fajita, kuna matata. I get them all confused. I'm sorry about that. What we're going to do is basically we're going to make an Italian style egg dish that's suitable for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or brunch. And it's easy, it's fun, it's fast, it's healthy, tasty. It's got everything. So let's get cracking. And we're going to start, of course, as we usually do on our show, with a toast. And we're going to toast to summer. I guess this coming weekend is Memorial Day. Used to be known as, was that Veterans Day? I think so. If you're watching, no.
Veterans Day is in November.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, if you know what it is, what Memorial Day celebrates, let us know because I forgot. Anyway, it's beginning of the summertime. Barbecues, smoking, and lots of fresh vegetables and, some meats and things like that. We're here today. We're going to make a fajita. Frittata. I can't, frittata, fajita. I don't know why it's all confused there. Anyway, I toast you. This is a Zinfandel and
Chin chin.
Chin Chin. Next week and the week after, I'm going to show you some videos. We've been away. We've been in Italy, and we met some really incredible people. We had a lot of fun, and we shot a lot of video from mostly food, pictures of food, lots of food. But I didn't gain any weight because we were walking quite a bit every day. And by the way, I'm having a very good hair day. I just wanted you to know that. Okay, let's start. We're going to make frittata, frittata, and we're going to make that with 4 eggs. Most people probably would use 6 eggs, but this is just for Carol and me. And so we're going to do that pretty simply. Okay. Why did I do that? Because they're a little out of date, but they're still good. When you do these, make a frittata, you don't need to necessarily beat the eggs to death like you might in an omelet. Okay. By the way, I want you to see the eggs, the color of the eggs. I'm going to tilt this up a little bit. See the bright orange? These are non-GMO chickens. They're from Whole Foods, and it just looks like the way an egg should look to me. So I'm going to add some milk. Now I have 1/3 of a cup. I'm not going to use it all. And we're going to beat that. Now again, we just want to mix it up. If you put too much air in it, it can displace the frittata at the end. All right, we're going to leave that here for right now. We're going to go back to our stove. I have sprayed some olive oil around our pan. And I'm going to add some more and turn this on. Now you need to have a lot of oil. And the reason is you want it, putting it up on the, ooh, it's getting hot. You want it to make sure that you cover your pan. It's important to cover the pan itself because what's going to happen is with all the ingredients we have in here, when we take it out and turn it, as you'll see, we want to make sure that it's greased and not stick to the side of the pan, even though this is a supposed non-stick pan. All right, we're going to start by putting in some garlic. Now I have 8 garlic cloves here. We're going to also make enhance a store-bought jarred marinara. Uh, and I'm going to use some of that garlic in that. But let's put this in here like that. And I'm going to move this over to this side. And when we do the marinara in a little bit, so once that heats up, what I'll do is I'll add onions and a lot of other things. The real thing about the frittata is that it can be used as a place to put all your leftovers. I've seen recipes for hash. I've seen recipes for all kinds of meats, Italian meats, bacon. Frittata. Okay, frittata. Kuna matata. Um, and and you can do all kinds of things in that. All right, we are cooking. You know, Carol, could you give me a wood spoon, please? Thank you. All right. Now, you should be able to hear the sizzling. There's the smell, and then there's the real the sound of the cooking. All right, I'm putting in the onions. I'm also going to add right now some celery. I also have in here, if you can see, let me look, celery leaves. I love celery leaves. Can we see that? Yeah. So we're going to let that cook up. It smells great. And once that's cooked just a little bit more, we'll add some more things. You can put whatever you want into the frittata. Harrison Ford, thank you. Harrison Ford, in a romantic comedy years ago, ends the movie by making a frittata as he becomes the host of the morning show on a TV station. So if you need a morning host, I'm available and I can make a frittata. Frittata. And in Italy, I didn't even get, when we were in France years ago, it took me 2 weeks to learn pardon. I didn't learn anything in Italy other than pizza. We'll talk about that later. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to add in mushrooms now. Now, I like a lot of mushrooms. They will cook down. I'm not going to use them all. And I'm going to splash in a little bit more olive oil. By the way, this is a perfect dish for Memorial Day brunch. Okay, you're going to have people over for football and burgers and hot dogs and stuff, but in the morning, for the family, you could make one of these. What's next? Oh, we'll put some artichokes in. These are marinated artichokes. And with the marinated artichokes, I drained them and then dried them. Okay. And our last major ingredient are sun-dried tomatoes, which I also drained because they are in oil. Try to find ones that do not have any sulfur. Try to find ones that don't have any preservatives. Now I'm going to add, I got a couple things to add. I told you that this is something that you can do for for leftovers. I had leftover thyme in my refrigerator. So I'm going to sprinkle that in. Mm. I cannot believe how good this smells. If you're watching and you know the name of the movie that Harrison Ford was in a number of years ago, where he made a frittata, let me know. Okay, we're almost ready here. All right, let's come back here. We're going to stir this up just a bit. Let me check this and make sure it's ready. Yeah, I think so. Now, one of the things about these frittatas is that you want to have a lot of stuff in it, okay? Otherwise, it's just an omelet. All right, here we go. And you mix it up like that. And you can put this on a medium to high heat. Just watch it. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to show you how to freshen up a jarred marinara. Now, we are using Barilla. I like just a little bit of sauce. Well, I like a lot of sauce on my on anything. So what I'm going to do here is put in some olive oil. And we'll heat that up. I like Barilla for a number of reasons. The first, of course, is the taste. But I prefer making my own. But even though it only takes maybe a half hour, it is intense work, okay? And you can make a marinara very quickly, very tasty. One of the things that I have learned over the years is that some of the jarred stuff isn't bad, but they have preservatives. Barilla does not. And even on the label, it says non-GMO. That's really an important factor. At least it is to me. Genetically modified foods have problems with, well, they're not natural. Their DNA has been altered, and often they put in Roundup into the DNA to fight off pests. Yes, Carol? Oh, yeah, we could do that. This is the Barilla. Thank you, Barilla. And you can see that. And then over here, it says non-GMO. And right above it, it says no added sugar. That's important to me. Now, when I make a marinara, do I add sugar? I do. A little bit. Tomato and sugar goes very well together. It works really terrifically. But there's enough sweetness in the tomatoes, I think. So we've got the oil going. First thing I'm going to put in is some garlic. Then I'm going to add some onion. And this time I'm going to tear up some basil. Now, I don't chop basil. I like to tear it. I try to make it small. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it's a little bit bigger than my Carol likes. And I'm going to add a lot of that. There is almost nothing better in the world for the smell of tearing fresh basil. Go back over here and take a look, see how we're doing. Going really well. Look how pretty that is. Let's see if I can move that a little bit. Let's see a little bit more. Keep it there, Carol. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to show you the a little bit more of the pan. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's looking really good. Cooking up nicely. All right, we'll leave that there. I'm going to turn it down a bit. Okay. If you look into the pan with me, you can see that the garlic has caramelized. And I'm going to throw in some of that. And what this does, it freshens up, at least in my taste buds, it freshens up the taste of the jarred.
Smells good.
And it smells good, Carol says. So we're going to add one more thing to this. Over here I have a Fresno pepper. Now I can't use a lot of this. And you have to be careful because you don't want to touch it and then maybe put it in your eye. Fresno peppers are really interesting. I grow these. I didn't grow this one. Mine will come in a couple of weeks. They start green, and as they redden, they turn around and face down. It's really fascinating to watch. And I'm going to use this. And I'm going to throw that in. All right. We're almost done, believe it or not. Okay. So this is the hard part. And I'm hoping that it works. Here. Okay, we'll get another one. Slipped off. Always something. All right, I'm going to be very careful with this. Here we go. One. You know what I'm going to do? Give me a second. All right. We did a test run on this last week, and it worked perfectly. I didn't break a dish then. All right, here we go. All right. Carol, you want to try this? 1, 2, 3. Let's see what happens. Pretty good. Not bad. Then we'll put it back in to the pan. And it'll cook some more. Good. That part does take some practice. So it's cooking there. I'm going to turn the marinara down. I'm going to turn it off. Now, let's see if I can put this back together a little bit. We'll just let it go for a moment. Carol, what should I use to wipe that up? This. Nothing right now? Oh, that. Just so I can put the plate down. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Here I am. I think I need some fortification. Okay. I'm going to take yet another plate because that one's hot. There. I'm going to slide this off. Without breaking it. There we go. There. That's not too bad. And then I have some basil over here, and I'm going to just top it. And, I have a plate and a fork. I'm going to cut a little piece off here. Whoop. You know, Carol, can you give me a spatula? Yeah. Okay. There. We'll put this off to the side. And there we go. All right. Now I'm going to wait a second because this is still very hot. We really do appreciate your watching. And if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, come to think of it, as it's recorded, still let us know what you think and say hi. All right. You know what we forgot to put in, Carol? The cheese. You want to give me some cheese? We'll sprinkle some on top. It's supposed to go into the batter. Oh, that was my bad, my fault. Okay, there we go. I'm going to let it cool for a second. For years, we were, as I said, we were in Italy. We went to Naples, and Naples is the home of pizza. It's where it was discovered or made, and they make it throughout Italy. We were in Tuscany, Rome, Pienza, and they make it every place. But the pizza in Napoli was not, to us, and we ate it a couple times, as good as other places. I don't know why. All right. I think it's cooled off enough. Howard, hello. Thank you. It is delicious, Howard. Thank you. This is really good. The mushrooms give it some body, almost like meat, but healthier, of course. I'm going to take another bite. Well, as I say every time, I really do like my own cooking. Listen, thank you for watching. We're going to be back next week. We're going to have a guest. We're going to have some special guests coming up, really special guests. And we'll talk about those next week. Thank you very much. Howard, bless you. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.